all these rejections from the middle Bollinger Band.
Resistance we're going to need.
If you actually see here, we get a
And we'll look for a healthy higher
I
low.
would not
don't have
be
the
convinced to enter a long trade.
Good morning, everybody. It's not the morning, but it's too late for that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB on the daily time frame. And we are on Instagram now. Going to put the link in the description of this video. Come check it out. Got some thumbnails and stuff already made. We're going to put some of those out every day. And then we'll do some day in the life trader video stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with it. You can watch me figure it out in real time. Anyways, Bitcoin on the daily time frame. We had a break of that double bottom support, and this is an example where we don't have clarity on the setup. So some people are saying we broke the equilibrium bearish on the daily, and some people are saying we're still in it. Neither one is really right or wrong. So what I am viewing this as, I'm probably still going to view it as a tightening range because the weekly time frame, I default by going to the different time frames for more information, and it's still an inside bar. So if I were looking at this pattern on its own, I would say our lower high has not been set yet because the inside bar is just sideways consolidation. We have to break the low of the previous candlestick to say, all right, we hit a rejection point. We clearly pulled back from it, and that's just not the case at this point. So I think we're going to get a daily, or I should say a weekly inside bar this week. We've got 3-4 trading days left, so it's entirely possible. And then we'll look to act on this inside bar and how it breaks next week. So it could go either way. Another reason that I say we're still in a tightening range is because ETH and XRP on the daily time frame are both still in a tightening range as well. So if you want to say that the daily higher lows have been broken, I wouldn't argue with you. But at this point, I've been waiting for the weekly time frame for weeks at this point, and I'm just patiently waiting for the weekly time frame to give us the signals now. I'm going to look for details on the daily, but I need to see the break on the weekly to look to act on it. So where we stand on most individual names right now is 4-hour downtrends, and those are still very clear. Even though we bounced, we are still not doing anything to change the trend. So as long as 4-hour lower highs remain, the bears have complete control. That's just the fact of where we stand right now. And in order to change that trend, Bitcoin's likely going to have to form a lower high compared to 65.45, pull back, form a higher low, and then change that trend. We have 4-hour exponential resistance rejecting the price on many attempts in the last couple of days. So bulls have a lot of work to do. Their backs are against the wall. The bears have momentum. The bears are very comfortable, and they have no reason to cover at this point. And if I was a bear, I probably wouldn't be covering. Obviously, it depends on when my entry was, but I probably wouldn't be covering unless we break 68.23. So at this point, no red flags for the bears is the bottom line. They have the comfortability, whereas the bulls, not as comfortable with running out of supports, essentially. We have a couple in the short term, 63.99, and then down to 63.20, but it's just not a comfortable position to be in as a bull compared to as a bear. Ethereum on the daily time frame. So this is a much more clear equilibrium. We did have a bear break, but we're still very clearly in this pattern. We're looking for a higher low compared to 203.24. We need a 4-hour trend change to be confident that we have set our daily higher low. So anything under 226.97 is a lower high. We may have topped out right here at exponential resistance. Have to change the 4-hour trend for the bulls to see any kind of upside. So very clear daily equilibrium to be watching. Bears have a really easy entry on ETH. If we break that daily equilibrium bearish, we have the weekly time frame is a bear flag setup. So break that daily equilibrium bearish, and we're going to be heading down to potentially confirm this weekly bear flag. So watching for this tightening range, and this is another one where next week is probably going to give us a clear break. It's entirely possible that next week is the week where the cryptocurrency space picks up its volume and volatility, just because we have so many tightening ranges that are going to very likely see clear breaks before that point. But we'll see when we get there. Again, it's always just one day at a time. We get more information every single day. There's no need to look out 3 weeks and make predictions when we can have better predictions every single day that we get more information. So ETH, we're watching the tightening range and no sign of it breaking in the near term. XRP, we've got a tightening range, equilibrium. We're looking for a higher low to form on the daily compared to 4355. Anything above the exponential moving average would keep the bulls certainly in favor if they can hold that level there, the 12-period daily exponential. But there's no red flags for the bulls at this point unless we break that daily time frame bearish. Still clear 4-hour lower highs just like everybody else, though. Have to change the 4-hour trend for us to be confident that our daily higher low has been established. So at this point, Just looking at that 4-hour bounce here, we have our low. High of the bounce is 54,539 to be exact, and multiple inside bars. So let's see how these multiple 4-hour inside bars break. And we just had a 4-hour inside bar break bullish that gave us a move from 523 to 539. So there's gains to be had on these inside bar signals. And let's see if we get a good signal here in the next couple of candlesticks. Weekly time frame for XRP, inside bar last week, inside bar very likely this week. And again, next week is setting up for a more clear break of this daily tightening pattern. BNB has been seeing some life. Daily time frame has an inside bar forming, but we did get a break to a higher high yesterday, a little bit of a laggard where no other real names that I've been watching had a break of the top of the bull move that we've seen at this point. And it was a nice equilibrium. We had our high, low, lower high, higher low, inside bar, bull break, and it got extremely tight. The follow through was on the break of 10.76 and 10.77, and we ran all the way up to, and it's actually 10.07 and 10.06, and we ran all the way up to 10.69. So that's a 6% move on that daily inside bar bull break, and now we have a beautiful 4-hour equilibrium. And it was easy to be looking for a bearish entry here, to be looking for that lower high. Signals everywhere. Inside bar bull break, got a couple percent follow through, and then when you lose the 5-minute uptrend, you look for the 4-hour lower high to be set. So that's how we use longer term time frames to establish a game plan, and then we use the shorter term time frames to look for the details and to follow through with that. So if I look at this 4-hour chart and the bulls are in full control at this point, I say, all right, we've already seen a solid bull move about 5-6%, and we've got resistance another couple percent away from where we stand. We're likely to see a 4-hour equilibrium due to the range of this candlestick and the size of the pullback. So knowing that we're looking for a 4-hour lower high, I then zoom into the 5-minute time frame and say, all right, we're getting choppy here. If we lose this uptrend on the 5-minute time frame, which we actually broke it here, saw another rejection from a triple top, and then followed through with the bear break. But I can say to myself, if we lose the 5-minute uptrend, the odds that our 4-hour lower high have been set instantly significantly increase. So I can be looking to make a bearish entry on the loss of the 5-minute time frame so that the pattern begins to form what I am anticipating on the 4-hour time frame. And I do this all the time. I did this today with Canadian MJ on multiple trades, and just now realizing this is an example how teaching other people makes you a better trader. 3 years ago when we started TheChartGuys, 3.5 almost, I am not even in the same league. It's not even comparable, the trader I was 3.5 years ago to where I am right now. And it's because of these videos, and it's because I'm getting outside of my head, and I realize things when I'm talking to you all that I wouldn't otherwise realize if it's just going on behind the scenes in my head. So today, with this example, and with examples of how I've been trading today, flipping stocks, it's very clear to me that the longer term time frames giving a clear setup and then zooming into the shorter term time frames to act on it is one of the most successful skills that I have been able to develop that has allowed me to put myself in high probability trades. So I will be highlighting this more in the near term, just in terms of what I mean. This is a great example right now, but there's plenty of examples out there, and that's going to be some good education going forward. So for what we're looking at on BNB, the weekly time frame is in a tightening range, the low of the dump, high of the bounce, higher low, and the bulls are looking to form a lower high on this weekly chart compared to 1159, and haven't formed that just yet. But as far as the 4-hour time frame goes, that's going to dictate our short-term direction. Held that exponential support on the consolidation. We're going to look for a higher low compared to 1001, and then we'll look for a break sometime tomorrow from this 4-hour tightening pattern. So other than that, just patiently waiting on Bitcoin. I don't see any setups that I like in the short term. It's choppy action right now. We're entering a choppy zone. The tighter we get on these weekly equilibrium charts, the more choppy the action is going to be. And again, there is no shame in sitting on the sidelines and either moving on to other markets, studying different things, and just patiently waiting. Because again, preserving that capital and having a full stack ready to go when the trading gets easy, that's the way to do it, rather than trying to trade in difficult environments and losing some of that capital, and you'll have less when it does get easy. So I hope you all continue to do good things. And we got Iceland coming up here. Check out the Instagram and follow and message and do all that fun stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, day. Howdy, crypto friends. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP,